Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have some official commentary from DICE about pretty much all of the issues with Battlefield 2042 Season 7 that people have been talking about. They commented on visual recoil, they commented on all the vehicle imbalance, and they actually commented on win rates for the new map Haven, because people are noticing that, more often than not, Russia absolutely destroys the US side on Haven on both Conquest and Breakthrough. So without further ado, let's jump into things. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You might watch my content regularly and think you're subbed, but you're actually not, so just check that. It only takes one click. And of course, follow my Twitch stream, first link in the description. Thank you to everyone that does that, and thank you for watching all the videos. Let's start things off by talking about the funniest subject in today's video, which is definitely the community's response to the visual recoil changes and the community's response to what DICE has to say about the visual recoil situation. Apparently, this is, quote, high priority for them, and they mentioned, quote, fringe or extreme cases of weapon recoil kick. They're referring to some of the weapons being literally completely broken, most notably being the Avances with the iron sights. I will try to find a few examples to put in the background, but what essentially happens is you try to shoot the Avances with iron sights after Season 7's update, and it rotates around where the sight is, and it's completely broken. The animation is totally fucked. But in a weird way, it does kind of look funny when you use it, so people have been using it intentionally. They did mention that they're going to be doing a hotfix for this problem, but the community's response doesn't seem to be too fond of it. A lot of people are simply roasting them, saying that visual recoil is a completely unnecessary addition to the game, and yeah, they're just angry at DICE. The hotfix coming for these problems is apparently coming on April 2nd, but I just want to touch on the hilarious dynamic between DICE saying, "Thank you so much for your continued feedback," and then the comments that are the feedback are just them getting roasted. I always find that absolutely hilarious. Switching topics to DICE talking about Conquest win rates for the new map, many people have been complaining that it is simply extremely one-sided. I would have to agree. I don't think their statistics are accurate here. You're going to have to let me know in the comment section down below, but I have literally won Conquest games after they increased the tickets from 900 to 1300 by a whopping 1,000 tickets. And before they increased the tickets, I have won Conquest games by 820 tickets, which, if you don't know, that is an absolute blowout. And not a normal type of blowout. A blowout in a Battlefield game typically isn't that one-sided. There are obviously games where you're spawn-trapped and you can't move or do anything, but rarely is it ever 800-something to 0 out of 900 tickets. But don't worry, guys, because DICE says the Russian team, which is the team doing most of the blowing out, only has a 52.83% win rate compared to the US's team 47.17% win rate, and most of the games apparently last 16 minutes. In my experience, I have to say, I don't think their statistics are accurate here. I have seen many blowouts, definitely sub 10-minute games, or potentially even faster in certain situations. As some of you might know, yesterday's video was specifically focused on the map of Haven, going over all of its problems and how I would go about fixing it, and I compared it to one of the maps DICE said Haven was inspired by, which is Amiens from Battlefield 1. TLDR, it's essentially an insult that they would compare Haven to Amiens. But in the video, I mentioned how a lot of Haven's problems have to do with the fact that there are just too many accessible buildings. And I think part of the reason why the map is skewed towards the Russian side is I think Russia has the easier approach to all of those buildings, and they're actually very difficult to get those players out of once they reach them. If you would like to see the full video I posted yesterday on Haven, I'll post that in the description down below, and I'll have a little card that'll pop up. Switching gears to something else that happened when Season 7 dropped that I wasn't aware of until actually a couple hours ago. Apparently when Season 7 dropped, they accidentally completely removed the Superhind and the Condor from all breakthrough maps. Like, you couldn't spawn them in. And as if that situation wasn't strange enough, apparently when they released Season 7, Xbox players were experiencing unplayable freezing issues while trying to play the new map. So let's take a step back and sort of look at Season 7's overall reception, okay? When Season 7 releases, they accidentally removed a vehicle category from the game. Xbox players started freezing. That has since been fixed, but it still happened. It's important to mention. They added visual recoil that I would say is mostly negatively received. Some people don't have a problem with it. I would say most people don't like it. I would say most people also probably don't like the new map, whether it be for the design or because there are a ton of campers. And then you take a look at the content for Season 7, and we've actually received less content than normal seasons so far, with most of it being drip-fed to us. Obviously, the second map, Stadium, the new LMG, and the new vehicle are all being received in, I believe, sometime in May in Update 7.2. So you pile all this stuff together, and I do have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think Season 7 has been very well received by the community. I've seen more complaining on Reddit than normal. Typically, there'd be a lot of, positive stuff going on, people coping here and there, but actually, Reddit has been echoing a lot of what I've been saying, which is not the case most of the time. And then, of course, I'll look in the comments section on my YouTube videos and in my Twitch channel, and people are saying the same things that I'm saying as well. Obviously, there are differing opinions here and there, but I would say mostly people are on the same page about Season 7, which is not good considering the amount of time we have waited for this season to come out. And it isn't like I got my hopes up, or I didn't know what to expect. No, of course I know what to expect. I've played every single season of Battlefield 2042, so, I know what DICE is going to do. I even predicted they'd drip feed us content. But this season is a little different in my opinion, because if you're going to make your players wait a whopping, I think it was 160-something days between content drops, you should provide them with something of substance. But unfortunately, that DICE is, in my opinion, forever gone, and it's only more worrying for the next Battlefield, because even though the next Battlefield, in my opinion, is pretty clear-cut in what they should do with it, it doesn't necessarily mean that they understand, right? And visual recoil coming in Season 7 is a perfect example of that. No one even asked for that, and as soon as they add it, a lot of people are asking them to straight up revert the change because they didn't ask for it and they don't like it. Then they put out tweets like I talked about in this video where they say, thank you for the feedback, and then they're just not going to do anything about it. I'd be very, very surprised to see them revert the changes. They might tone some stuff down, like maybe they'll tone some of the DMRs down, but the point remains, right? Why did you add it in the first place if it wasn't something that needed to be added, or it wasn't something that people were asking for? And if that sort of mentality persists for the next Battlefield, then it's already over. Some people would say it is already over, and they've already done that because, of course, the Battle Royale was leaked in that Tom Henderson article. So I think a lot of people might already be checked out on the next Battlefield specifically because of that and because of 2042. Oh, man, it's going to be very interesting stuff in the coming, I'd say, the next 9 months to a year in terms of the Battlefield buildup. Ooh, it's going to be must-see TV. So I'm going to wrap this video up, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have a full video on the best weapon setups for Season 7, the AK-5C, and of course I'm going to cover everything else that happens in Season 7. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the follow button on my Twitch channel. First link in the description. I stream every single day. Join the Discord, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.